There are two parts to a program. In first part, through a for loop, we read the values of roll number and marks. Where in the second part, through another for loop, we print out these values. So, in a program, for loops can be used for entering values as well as printing values. Look at scanf function statement used in the first loop. So, which is as follows: scanf %d comma ampersand student I 0 ampersand student I 1. So these are two arrays. Now in student I 0, in I 0, that is stud I 0 and stud I 1, the first subscript of the variable stud is row number, which changes for every student. So first subscript is roll number, and uh, which is changing, and the second subscript tells us of this two columns which we are talking about, the zeroth column. So second subscript is telling about two columns, that is 0 column and 1 column. Now these are two columns, that is 0th column and 1th column. So 0th column which contains the roll number of the first column, or the first column which contains marks. 0th column contains roll number and the first column is containing marks. Remember, the counting of rows and columns begin with 0. So counting of roll and rows and columns is beginning with 0. So column number 0 and column number 1, and this is row number 0 1 2 3. So column number 0, in first column we have 0 0 for 1 2 3 4. Now column 0 1, we have 56. Now row number 1 we have row number 1 column number 0 we have 1 2 1 2. Row number 1 column number 1 33. Row number 2 column 0 1 4 3 4, and row number 2 column number 1 80. Row number 3 1 3 1 2, and row number 3 column number 1 78. Thus 1 2 3 4 is stored in stud 0 0, 56 is stored in stud 0 1, and so on. The above arrangement highlights the fact that a two-dimensional array is nothing but a collection of numbers of one-dimensional arrays placed below one another. So 2D array is a collection of a number of 1D array placed one below another. In our sample program, the array elements have been stored row-wise and accessed row-wise. So array elements have been stored row-wise and accessed row-wise. Initializing a 2D array. How do we initialize the two-dimensional array? As simple as this. int stored 4 2 1 2 3 4 56 1 2 1 2 33 1 4 3 4 80 1 3 1 2 78. Or even this would work. int stored 4 2 1 2 3 4 56 1 2 1 2 33 1 4 3 4 80 1 3 1 2 78. Of course, with a corresponding loss in readability. It is important to remember that while initializing a 2D array, it is necessary to mention the second column dimension, whereas the first dimension row is optional. Thus the declarations int arr 2 3 12 34 23 45 56 45, int arr blank 3, that is 12 34 23 45 56 45, are perfectly acceptable, whereas int arr 2 12 84 23 45 56 45, int arr 12 34 23 45 56 45 would never work. Memory map of a two-dimensional array. Let us reiterate the arrangement of array elements in two-dimensional array of students, which contains roll numbers in one column and marks in another. So how that two-dimensional array is plotted, we can find it out with help of memory mapping.